the beginning, I didn't really know what to expect, but in the first couple of months here, I did a lot of growing up. Coming into this environment, it was a little intimidating. So we immediately got placed into these corporate work places, and I just said yes to whatever my supervisor was saying. Even though I didn't understand, I became a better worker, and I guess I understood, the way that a company works. I did find it challenging at first, but through my hard work and my own discipline, I was able to overcome those academic challenges that were first set in place, and I was able to exceed those standards. Transferring from Cristo Jesuit High School to an institution like St. Thomas was a big challenge for me. It was culture shock. It was a culture shock for me because there were other people who didn't look like me. They came from a different socioeconomic background, and Cristo Rey teaches you values like how to work hard and how to meet standards and exceed them, and academic discipline and work discipline. And although I guess the odds are sometimes against you, you just have to keep going.
Math is just that subject that it doesn't click with me. It was just like, I just want to be done. Can you just give me a C and let me go? As much as I hated it, I loved it in the end because Cristo Rey helped push things out of me that I wouldn't have done by myself academically. And however many hours it took, these teachers, they would sit with you for hours to do those standards for that very reason. But being at Cristo Rey and moving to Northwestern, it has definitely brought out something in me that I never thought I would see.
I didn't want to come to Cristo Rey because I heard it was really hard, and I wanted to go to a public high school with the real high school experience, to go to football games and pep rallies. And my grandma really wanted me to come here, and so I felt bad. And so I came here, and it actually probably was one of the best decisions for me. When I first came here and I visited, I was like, oh, it's like a little school, there's not that many students, But after I came here and realizing now, at the end of my senior year, I was like, I actually really appreciated that because I felt like I knew everybody and everybody knew each other and kind of like family too. So my first work placement was at United Health Group. So I got to meet lawyers, I got to meet the CEO of the company. They showed me the around the building and stuff like that, and it was just kind of I've never seen that before. It gave me a taste of a job that isn't at the mall or something that I could go to and be with adults and be treated like an adult with the responsibilities. It helped me want to do more and want to be more.
Growing up on the south side of Chicago, it was a game changer. For our freshman class, we read Yummy, and it was about a young Chicago kid who grew up, got into gang violence and killed a couple of people, and it ended pretty tragically for him. But for me, I would say it was very much the opposite. When I first came to Cristo Rey, being young, I was kind of defiant, but at the same time, I recognized that they did have love for the students. That love looked like tenacity, I would say. We have teachers that stay after, that come early to school, that connect on students more than just a teacher-to-student basis. Just tearing down those roadblocks that might be there, boundaries for students, and creating new opportunities. So growing up, my grandmother was very religious. And when my grandmother's passed in 2003, it was like a big shock for the family. We shied away from the church. We kind of became emotional and things like that, and we decided to handle it our own way. When I came to Cristo Rey, religion was just the powerhouse. Everything was religion, from the terms that we used to the slang to our kivas. We implemented a lot of religion into the way that we live life. And that has just helped me as from when I was younger, and I didn't like the violence and things, and I loved being the voice for people. It just, as I would say, cultivated. It just helped it, advance it, and it made it much more important to me.
I am thankful for the supports
I think, I don't know. I don't want to sound corny. I hate sounding corny. I feel like I'm like, oh, thanks for the support. Like, I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for you. Like, you know, that's so corny.
Do you feel that way though?
Yeah.
Sometimes I've wanted to give up, but Cristo Rey gave me these values, and they let me know that a student with a college education is better prepared for life than compared to a student with just a high school degree. Thanks to Cristo Rey, I feel like I'm gonna graduate. So,
Of course, you know, you're in high school and you go through those things that typical high schoolers go through, but those things that typical high schoolers go through are cushioned by a support system. So I really am thankful for everything, because without it, I wouldn't be where I am today.
What I would say, looking back onto my years at Cristo Rey, I very much appreciated everything that I went through. I don't think that I would necessarily go back and change anything, because it makes me who I am today. It makes me understand the things that I have, be able to teach people better. But at the same time, I would say that it was a challenge, and it was a challenge that was worth taking.